Welcome to this Zentangle Quickie. My name is Heather Hartwick Gladden. I'm a certified Zentangle teacher. And today we're going to take a look at the Tangle 03 from CZT Ai Ling. Now I'm saying it's 03 versus 03 because this tangle is kind of based on orbs and threes, sort of. All right. So it's well, you know what? I was going to say it's a border tangle or a ribbon tangle, but it doesn't have to be. Take a look at the link in the description section where it says for more inspiration, and you will see where I has uh, created all kinds of neat things from this tangle. Now, this one, it may look familiar in that it starts out. I know there's at least one, maybe two tangles that have this same look. I love this because it's simple. Um, And I'm just gonna go straight across. So, oh, let me do it this way to show the threes. It's a series of curved lines. Oh, yeah, we'll start it in a little bit, and then I'll take it off the edge. So, three, it's like a big continuous three. And we'll finish that one like that. And we'll change pens. I grabbed the wrong one. Okay, then you flip the tile, and whichever way works better for you. Honestly, I'm going to flip it. I'm going to do it this way because that, I think, or maybe up. No, I don't know. Find which way works best for you. Oh, it's going to be going down. And I'm going to start here. Sometimes this is the harder part to do, to get things to line up and to think, well, wait, now how do I start this? And here's how I figure it out. So, and I'm coming right off the edge here. What we want to do is, well, so maybe just watch. Because I want to have, you're going to essentially do the opposite right here. So I'm going to start here as if it's coming through and somewhat line those up. Well, I guess maybe I need to do it this way. Let's try it. No, I need to do it the different way. Now it's like I was playing with for so long, I don't remember how I was playing with it. Like that. That's how you want it to end up. And it's sometimes it's difficult, as you can see, to figure which way does my hand want to do this again. So now that I have done it, and I started on a partial, which sometimes is hard. What you could do, well, hard and not, because I could have started like up here, could have started here and said, okay, eyeball this, and then make your first curve lines, and just keep going. Because what we want them to do is to overlap like that. And if they're wonky, it doesn't matter because it's Zentangle and there's no such thing as a mistake, right? Okay. Then I has us decorating them in this fashion, at least on the step out, putting a little orb on top. Now, what I found to do was to start my orb and finish my orb on that peak because usually I end up with some kind of a tag or something, and it's like, well, if I could start on the orb, that at least helps. Because if I'm gonna make an extra line, it's better that it's there. And if those are a little messy, sometimes that helps clean it up. That there is the basic tangle. Now, like I said, if you take a look at the description section and take a look at her link, she does a number of things. So let's play. Um, let me just do. I'm gonna do two. Which way do I want to go? Have you ever looked at a simple word long enough that you're like, is that right? You know, that's what I feel like at the moment. It's like, what? Well, yeah. Okay, let's do it this way. I think this is how we did it. Okay. Going up was the way my hand liked it. Like that. And then flip it. And like I said here, it's like if you can picture this part, it's like, okay, well, I want to have a nice big scoop. Sorry, here. that. Okay, then we'll put the orbs on. And of course, different ways. I mean, you can decorate the orbs however you want. And we'll do that in a second. Then, so she used this as a fill-in also. And hold on one second. Let me just wipe the tip of this. The tip of this pen is being a pain. Okay. And I think I maybe have slightly bent it. That never helps. All right. So now I'm going to do another row, and I'm going to aim to land on those orbs. Like so. And then, same thing on the other side. Whoa, I guess I'm going. All right. Sometimes the pen wants to do what the pen wants to do, and so I've just learned not to question it. It's being, like I said, it's being a little spotty, but oh, that kind of looks artistic, doesn't it? And the nice thing is, you can always go back and touch up. Sometimes also, if you're using a micron pen, number one, holding it straight up and down is great. I'm trying to hold it so that way, and I have my camera angled so that way you can see the pen tip and not my hand. And then sometimes just the act of going slow helps. Okay. Now, and you can always go and redefine lines. You just have to do it carefully. So then you have some neat meta shapes that happen here, and then you can decorate it. You can have that go on as long as you want. Let me show one last thing. And let me grab a better pen while I do that. All right. Those should just end up in the trash. Why I hang on to things, I don't know. It's because there's still some ink in them, and there's some use. Okay. Another thing that I shows on her step out is using it as a border. And I thought, well, why not? Let's do this. I did do it on my step out, so and it, you know what? At first, it looked a little wonky. It still looks wonky, but you know what? That's okay. So here's how I did it. So if you have no idea how to start this, but you'd like to do it, that's why I thought I would show. So one way is to start things in the corner, and the way I decided for this one was to start with the point in the corner. And let's see if maybe I can draw it bigger. And the trick is, of course, getting them to line up. 2, 3 in the corner, and then sometimes turning the corner is what's hard. But just, it's one of those, just do it and just try. And sometimes they're a little odd shaped, and just go with it and don't worry about it. I think, honestly, that is most of it. And this is without using any kind of a cheaty thing. Because I have no arts training except for Zentangle, and so in that respect, I don't call myself an artist, a Zentangle artist maybe. So I like to do things freehand because it stretches me, and I like to. So anyway, I joke about the cheaty thing. If you wanna use something, you can. All right. So then, of course, we have to do the opposite direction, right? So it's kind of like find a place to start. Okay, we'll start here. So I'm eyeballing this, and we're going to do half of it. And this, maybe going slow is good. Actually, I know for sure going slow is good. And like I said, you're going to have some weird looking things, and just be okay with it. And if they're not, well, gosh, I've done pretty good. So if they're not, exactly lining up, don't worry about that either. And maybe doing this where it's like, okay, take a moment and then do the next curve and take a moment. Up to you. You'll find what works. And the biggest thing is no judging. No judging yourself until it's done. And not even then. All right, we're going to put the orbs on the ends. I think I had one that was just like, instead of putting an orb, it was maybe just little lines, looked like a little poof ball. And that was cute. But I like the orbs, so we're going to put the orbs. And then thinking about all of this, like shading, it's like, well, what do you do to shade? Well, that's a good question. You could just have fun with the section. So if you look, you have like weird seed shapes, and then these diamonds. And so on my step out, on my version of the step out, the last box, I filled in those diamonds, and I thought it looked kind of cool. And then also, I'm going to do it on here too because I thought it was cute. But we can put some really long curved lines like this. I'm just going to do it on the corners. Because it's cute. And sometimes you just need to do something different in the corners. So this is something that I have been thinking about, and I'm going to do it. And that is, I'm just going to put some straight lines, light. I'm touching, but just like tickling the paper, and just putting some straight lines in these. I don't know what I call them, wonky seed shapes. And what's neat is if you just do this where you're just tickling the paper, going really light, then you don't have to worry about being at as much. You don't have to worry about being like consistent with your line space, and if they're straight and all of that kind of thing. I mean, if you just get them pretty close together, because you can see it kind of creates a texture versus here I'm drawing a straight line and then another straight line. There's a difference between the deliberate and this, in my opinion. All right, and I just thought that looked really cute. Something else you could do, if depending on how big yours are, how much space you have. One more. Like some of these are nice where you could aura the inside and fill in. You could. I still could, and actually, you know what? I think I'm gonna fill in these. Although, no, I think I'm gonna still. I was remembering there's a tangle called Zenith. It's a Zentangle original tangle where they kind of like this. They divide it in half, and even though if I'm going to fill it in, although you know what, I don't have to, do I? No, I don't. I can do this first and see if I like it. And it was, I think it was more shading, like shading half of it. In the little peaks. That one it looks similar. It's constructed differently, but it's, similar. That's kind of interesting. Could just fill in one half. Like I said, it was a shading thing because it created some little diamonds also. Yeah, I like that. Let's do the whole thing. Now that I've done all of that, let's fill in the whole thing. Yeah, because sometimes it's nice to have some contrast. And so that's how you would create it as a border. So we've had some fun. I'm gonna let me put these in the. There we go. Oh wow! Hold on. I had this all set. Apparently not so much. Okay. Please do not adjust your eyes. It was me. um, and just on the side like that, that's just weird. Anyway, it's just neat that you can, you know, have fun with it, play with it. You know, as far as the decorating goes, it's such a nice and simple tangle using the curve line and the orb, and that's it. As far as our basic elemental strokes. And so we, you know, did it just as a border, as a fill-in, and as a border and as a complete border. You could always just do two sides if you want. There's lots of fun that you can have. All right, so as I'm filling these in, I hope that you enjoyed this. If you did, would love to have you click on the like button. Oh, I was just thinking too, you could fill in the orbs. I could have alternated. Oh, well. Thinking about it later. Oh, I have other things I can hear it play with too, don't I? Yes, I do. As I neaten them up before they're ready for their picture. All right. If you enjoyed this, I would love it if you click the like button. If you haven't subscribed yet, it would tickle me to pieces if you were a subscriber to the channel. I already mentioned the description section a couple times. Besides the step outs there, though, you will find ways to connect with me. So I have a link to my website, Facebook page, as well as our private Tangle Addicts group. So if you'd like to hang out with some amazing tanglers, we'd love to hang out with you. So know that there are a 3 membership questions to gain entry. So that is the only requirement. Besides that, you just come, have fun, be willing to share, what you do, get to know us so we can get to know you, and just have fun. I do teach classes twice weekly. Most of them are free. I teach on, Thursday, depending on your time zone. It's Thursdays on my time zone. I'm in Michigan. I do it 2 times a day on Thursday, 11 a.m. and 7 p.m. on Eastern time. That's cute. And then I have some on Tuesdays. One of the Tuesdays is free. It's the 3rd Tuesday. We call it Tough Tangle Tuesday. And then the other ones are paid classes, and one of them is an exclusive club member class. So you can check out the club membership if you really, if you have either watched the classes or attended some. Check out the club. It's a good deal if you know that you'll at least attend. If you would pay for one class a month, it's a good deal because you get way more than that. Yeah, redefining lines is a good thing. That is unless that gives me an idea. When you are redefining lines and things go awry, that gives you an opportunity to do it on all of them and create something neat, maybe. Like that. All right. What else in there? I think that is it. Except to say, and I'm giggling because it's like, yeah, sometimes tangling and talking doesn't go together. Yes, course corrections. Love it. All right. So again, thank you so much for watching. I think I gave you all the information, and if not, watch another video. And I miss things sometimes, and then fit it in another one. It's all good. So thanks so much for watching, and I wish you happy tangling.